Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome to the second of this week's review videos. My name's Lee, I'm your virtual airline pilot back with you again, and we're looking at another really good scenery from Inibuilds. We're in the UK, and this is London Stansted Airport, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. This is the payware scenery just recently released by Inibuilds, and it's version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. My understanding is that ultimately it will go to the marketplace, so it might be available to Xbox users. Downloads is 2.32 gigs and it installs at 5.31 gigs, so not quite 5.5 gigabytes. It's currently available from Inibuilds store and from SimMarket. I'll give you the Inibuilds store price. It's €19.54, which equates to roughly $21.33 US. or £16.79 UK. Euro and US prices are all estimates converted from the UK pound, and they include VAT or tax at 20%. This may of course vary depending on your country of purchase. I found it slightly cheaper at Inibuilds. Let's look at the list of features. We have handmade ground textures with crisp, bespoke texture sets. These include runways, aprons, paths and roads. True-to-life airport landside recreation with custom ground decals. Signposts, vegetation, parking barriers and more. Accurately modelled and positioned dynamic airport lighting. Highly detailed models of all airport buildings, objects and surroundings. Up-to-date airport layout reflecting the current real-world location. Custom-built jetways with realistic variations using PBR texturing and animations. You've got an official GSX profile included. It's inside the scenery folder. Level of detail, or LOD, optimization for every model to encourage the best possible performance. Use of the latest MSFS SDK features to allow for the best optimization. Custom static aircraft. Full IndyManager compatibility to configure your scenery for the best performance possible, and bespoke taxiway signage as per the real world. So once again, Inibuilds have done quite a job on this airport, and it's ultimately configurable as well, so that should be pretty cool. So as ever, let's start with some history for you. So London Stansted Airport, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, is a public use international airport and is London's third international airport, serving London and much of the county of Essex and eastern England. It is located near Stansted Mount Fitchett in Essex, just 42 miles or 68 kilometres northeast of central London. The airport serves over 160 destinations across Europe, Asia and Africa, and is a base for a number of low-cost European carriages, the largest being Ryanair, which serves over 100 destinations from the airport. As of 2022, it is the fourth busiest airport in the UK after Heathrow, Gatwick and Manchester. Stansted Airport is also used by private companies such as HARRODS Aviation, Titan Airways and Egss terminals, the latter being private ground handlers that are able to handle private flights, charter flights and state visits. Converted to civil use from RAF Stansted Mount Fitchett in the late 1940s, Stansted was used mainly by charter airlines. The airport came under the control of British Airports Authority, known as the BAA, company I used to work for to be honest, in 1966, before being privatised in February 2013 and ultimately sold to the Manchester Airports Group as a result of a March 2009 ruling by the Competition Commission against BAA's then perceived monopoly position. The airport has one main passenger terminal with 3 departure gate equipped passenger satellites. One is connected to the main terminal by an air bridge and the other 2 by Stansted Airport Transit System People Mover. In 1991, the Stansted Airport railway station, costing over £100 million, was opened. From 1997 to 2007, the airport experienced a rapid expansion of passenger numbers on the back of the boom in low-cost air travel, peaking at around 24 million passengers in the 12 months to October 2007. But passenger numbers did decline over the following 5 years. Number of passengers did, however, recover, and in 2016 the airport recorded a figure of 20.3 million, with numbers continuing to rise. Currently over 25 airlines, 8 of them cargo operators, fly into and out of Stansted on a regular basis. There have been numerous attempts to increase the size of the airport and possibly add a second runway. This has been the subject of much debate in the government, and various court rulings rejected, appealed and still rejected. At the time, BAA was still trying to appeal the Competition Commission's ruling that it must sell the airport. The advocacy group Stop Stansted Expansion, or SSE, continues to fight against any expansion at the airport, although in 2020, after the Oxford District Council initially refused permission for an updated new arrivals terminal plan, this decision was overturned by the Planning Inspectorate following the 2021 public inquiry. Interesting facts. In 2008, 57 people were arrested after Plain Stupid, an environmental activist group, broke through the barriers and created a stockade on a taxiway, which resulted in 52 flights being cancelled. In March 2018, a group of activists delayed the deportation flight to Nigeria, and 15 of the protesters were found guilty of intentional disruption of services at an aerodrome under the then Aviation and Maritime Security Act 1990. This latter verdict on them, named the Stansted 15, was described in the New Statesman newspaper as having a chilling effect on public dissent. So there you go, folks, that's some history for you. This is London's third airport. It's just as busy as many other European airports, and like many airports in the UK, there are lots of people continuing to fight against aviation expansion here. Inibuilds have done a great job, to be honest. I've had a look in here, flew out of it the other day. It's very impressive, and I hope that this video will help you decide whether you think it's good enough to spend your money on it. So that does it for history. Let's look at runways. So runways, it's now 9:05 in the evening on a nice summer evening, and here we are looking at Stansted, only runway. Stansted operates a single runway 2204, measuring 10,003 feet or 3,049 meters, and is constructed from grooved asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of 348 feet or 106 meters, and is situated within the GMT UTC standard time zone. Currently the UK moves ahead in the summer by 1 hour onto daylight saving time, and therefore Stansted is 1 hour ahead of GMT UTC. Both ends of the runway have high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system version 2, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators on the left side of the runway. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 22, and you can see it's exactly as per the chart. PAP is on the left, high intensity airfield lighting system, touchdown zone lighting here, and the centerline lighting. Again, both ends of the runway feature an instrument landing system certified to category 3B low visibility operations. It also has RNPZ and Y approach options. And finally, the runway also features high-speed turn-offs. So while we're here, let's have a quick look at the other end, runway 04. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 04, and it's exactly the same as the other end. So all of the features I've just mentioned apply to runway 04 as well. So that's it for runways. Let's bring the lighting up again and let's have a look and do a jetway test. So jetways, so here we are on stand 23 left at Stansted. I put the tug into position and I spawn directly onto the stand. Let's test the jetway. Okay, quite a nice animation from what you can see so far. It's lowering quite nicely. Okay, the wheels just about turn. Well, that's interesting, it's bounced back. Let's see if it does it a second time. And we're in position. Okay, not sure why it bounced to begin with, but let's have a look at a couple of things here. So the wheels just about turned, but they actually slid slightly to the left. So that animation probably needs looking at. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And here we've got the stairs are actually raised off the ground. So there you can see the stairs are actually off the ground, which is, I'm afraid the dispatcher's going to have a job getting up there. So there's a close look at the fit. It doesn't look too bad at all. It's actually up close to the aircraft skin. Hasn't gone through it as far as I can see. And the hood, well, it's as good as any really. Nothing really wrong with that animation at all. And there we are seen from the other side. Just a gap with a hood at the top, but other than that, no real problem. I actually quite like the detail here on the stairs. They've even got the wheels that will go across the ramp, which is something that I've not seen on many others. So kudos for that. So here we are looking inside the jetway. As you can see, part of the jetway, it gets in the way of the door. It's not a perfect fit, but it's good enough. Okay, so let's retract the jetway. Once again, the hood springs back like it does in pretty much every jetway that I've seen. But there you can see the animation is pretty good. Now the wheels are moving a lot more than they did the first time. Very nice, all back into position. So that does it for jetways for you. So here we'll start the main tour during the daytime here at Stansted. We'll do a low level pass during the day, starting here at the runway 04 threshold end, and we'll go into the airside part of the terminal going northeast and have a look at what's been done. Here you can see from the very beginning the off-airport bits and pieces look really good. Some of this has been built up and done by Inibuilds and enhanced somewhat. So let's do a little low level tour and have a look and see what we've got. So again, the airport fits very nicely into the terrain. There's the motorway below, the M11 I believe it is. Let's go down a bit lower now. And as you can see, the taxiways, exactly as per the real world, they are this sort of whitish colour. Some nicely done hangars on the right there, Ryanair hangars with the aircraft inside. Various building work still going on. Just trying to slow this down a little bit so you get a good idea of what we're looking at. As you can see, taxiways and ramp all look really nicely detailed. As you get closer, things start to appear. Frame rate's pretty fluid. The drone camera's not really having much of a problem at all. Cargo area down there to the right. There's a fire station below us. And here we're coming to the main sort of ramp area. Again, it's as per the real world. I have flown out of Stansted. Very tastefully done. There's my aircraft sitting on stand 2-3 left. Various bits of clutter. It's not been overdone, which is a nice thing. No vehicles going onto the runway that I can see, which is a real plus as well. It's one of my pet peeves, that is. More outlying stands and buildings. And again, it all fits in nicely with the terrain. There's no sort of weird edges or anything. It all looks pretty good. So let's head towards the landside part and have a look over the various car parks. Modelling is really quite good. So we're heading towards the terminal. And here we're looking at landside. Slow this down a bit more. Very, very nicely done. Very good, crisp, clean textures. And if you look there in the side, you can see passengers inside the terminal. So we've got land side has been nicely developed. We'll look at that in a minute. It's all very nicely done. There's some excellent modelling. Here's the train station below. Not sure if we've got an animated train, we'll have a look later. But again, the quality on the buildings is really good. Here we've got parallaxing of a really good standard, and you can tell because it's close up. There's a Hampton Hotel. We've got the control tower over there to the left. Now we're coming across another car park, and here you can see more detail on the airside ramp. It's really good. No complaints at all. And again, more off-airport buildings there to the left. Come up to the control tower and have a look here. Modelling quality is really good. So as we approach the tower, so there you go, we've got internal modelling in the tower. Would have been nice to see one or two people, controllers, but there you go, can't have everything. Quite happy with that. As we cross into airside, here's the cargo area, land side of the cargo area, beautifully done. Very nice modelling indeed. FedEx, UPS. And there's the security gate. Here's the fire station as we cross into airside again. Very nicely modelled, beautiful detail, no complaints about that at all, it's brilliant. Excellent quality of modelling on the fire engines. These are exactly as they should be. I've seen them myself at Stansted, very nice indeed. And in general, some very nice modelling. The FedEx building there, you've got the solitary fire engine there, and of course the operation cars. Again, the right colour for the airport, very, very nice. Weathering on the buildings here, excellent. So let's have a little look at the cargo side, air side here. We've got cargo lifters there, various bits of clutter. Buses going down the roadway, another operations vehicle there to the right side, and one by the fence. This is all looking really nice. So now we'll come across the apron here, centre taxiway, have a look at some of these bits and pieces here. The aircraft stands generally. We've got various tugs and equipment there to the right and to the left. Modelling quality is excellent. And there's the train. So we'll move along and have a quick look at the train while we're here, and then we'll go back to the ramp and have a look at the part that interests you guys the most. There goes the train, very nicely modelled. And this is the airside station. Very nice indeed. It's very, very nicely modelled actually. So back into airside, let's tour some of the stands up close. And you can see the quality of the modelling on the stands. I've even got the fuel covers on the bottom there, where the fuel hydrants link up to the underground fuel system. Stands are really good, no problems at all with these. So while we're here, let's pop inside one of the terminal airside satellites here and have a look and see what we've got. So some nice models, static passengers, flight information signs there, various signs there, and here's the airside lounge. We've got various passengers, all of them static, but nicely done. Stairways down to the bottom side there. Let's just cross over here. Very nice. So we're outside again, coming up towards where my aircraft is parked on 23 left. As you can see, the quality and the weathering of the ramp general is really good. There's the Jetway that we saw in the Jetway test, all parked on there quite nicely. Once again, a quick look inside here. Very nice. Good view from the outside. Check-in desks are unmanned, but the computers have got equipment stuff on there, which is good. And a nice view out from the misted windows. That looks pretty realistic. Very nice indeed. It really does give some ambience to the airport when you see this. So we come landside a bit more, a few more vehicles there. Just look at these hotels and buildings. All generally of a really good nature, a really good sort of design and quality. They look really good. So here's the railway station that brings passengers by train from London straight into the airport. So here's the Stansted Express sitting in the station. It's not animated, which is a real pity. Would have been really nice to see this running. And just some signage, a general look on the station for you. And there you've got the train on the other side of the tracks as well. And a quick shot just showing the upper level there with some people. So a very short tour here landside, close up of the landside part of the terminal. You've got that misted glass effect again where you can see into the terminal, which is slightly misted, which is good. Roads are good, signage is good, you've got the vehicles there landside, all of it looks really quite impressive. It's very, very nicely modelled. So let's pop inside the terminal and have a look and see what they've done landside. Very nice. Again, a nice atmosphere created by people milling around, and various little bits that have been done, currency exchange. You've got these shops that you can't really see. I suspect that when you lower the lighting down inside in the night time they sort of come alive, but we'll see. But we'll take a quick tour landside, see what we can find. Here are some check-in desks. No people, unfortunately. And again, you've got your zone numbers to help people find their way. ATM down there. All looks pretty good. More check-in desks, unmanned, more people. Signage is good, roof design looks very impressive. So all in all, inside it's quite acceptable, done a nice job. So here's departures, where you put your ticket on the scanner and it lets you through or not, as the case may be. Security area, nicely done but no people. And actually, this is the first time I've seen a rendition of a body scanner. Normally you see archway metal detectors, but here you've got the body scanners in use. Very nice. And just a last look in that direction. So just a quick look this way, there to the left, lower left there, you can see the end of the railway station there. And this all looks really, really nice. So let's head out to the runways and taxiways and have a look at the signage. Juliet sign. The runway, sort of taxiway sort of oil stains, you know, everything you need. It looks really good here, no complaints at all really. So there you've got Sierra, the Cat 3 sign as well, and there's Romeo, which is the normal one that you would go to prior to takeoff. And we have wigwags. So here's the fire training ground, which is on the west side of the airfield. And again, it's a perfect replica of the little aircraft they set fire to once a month. And here you've got Ryanair's base with various models. And the models are all pretty decent. Here we've got Harrods Aviation, some of the FBOs that are based here. Again, very, very nice modelling. Nothing's been left to chance just because it's not on the main airport. Looks really good. Fuel farm over there to the right. Any flight down there. And the Executive Jet Centre. Very nice. It all looks really good, no complaints at all, and very nicely weathered, especially on that building. And as you can see, taxiways, roadways, all as they should be. Some nice, a really nice level of detail here. Here's a displace threshold of runway 04. It's all very nice. So there we go, we've done a decent sort of daytime tour. Let's lower the lighting now and see what it looks like at dusk. So 9:15 at night, it's July 2023, it's the summer. The sun has pretty much disappeared now and the lighting's just come on about 3 minutes ago. That's looking towards 04 threshold. And there you can see the sun dipping below the horizon, and below us there you can see the fixed-based operators and the Ryanair base. And looking across the main apron towards runway 22. So that all looks really quite impressive. Let's get down to the ramp where my aircraft is parked. Let's have a look at the ramp lighting. So here we are on stand 23 left, and the ramp lighting is very, very nice. Perfectly adequate, looks really good at sunset. You can see into the building through the glass as well, that looks good. There's a view across the centre of the apron and the taxiway. As you can see, plenty of green centerline lights. And here you've got the dividing line where you've got east and west sides of the taxiways. So when you get a pushback clearance and he says pushback on the east side or the west side, you know which one it is. It's just one of these two taxiway lines. And just looking across towards the train station and the sort of main terminal body there, it's really good. Quick look down the roads, and there you've got a nice model of a Jet 2 tug. No, it does look good, it looks pretty realistic. Nice weathering on the building too. So here we are at the train station on the airside part. You've got the AEROTRAIN, or the people mover as they call it. We'll have a look, see if it comes. Here it is. And it's lit inside, which is nice. That's a nice animation. Here comes the other one on the other direction. Very nice indeed. And as you can see, generally the ramp lighting is excellent, even at this time of the day when the light is fading fast. Plenty of light to help you find your way in off the runway to your parking area. There's a quick view of the landside train station. Again, very, very nice lighting. Really good to see no sobo glows floating around here. The lighting is quite natural. That's a landside bus station there. And there we're looking at landside of the terminal there on the upper level where the buses come. And once again a quick look inside the landside part of the terminal at dusk to see what the lighting is like generally. All looks pretty good. And as I suspected, here these are designed to light up a bit more during dusk or darkness hours, so you get to see what's there. So during the daytime they're pretty much invisible, but as the darkness drops they start to light up and you'll see things a lot better. Just continuing across here, you've got the Radisson Hotel with the car park. Again, some good lighting. No floating globes all over the place. It does look pretty good. Car park looks nice. The parking spaces are properly modelled. And here you've got the multi-storey. which really looks good. We've done a nice job with the ground modelling. It really does look pretty good. And as you can see, this is really detailed. Everything is delineated correctly with the parking zones and spaces. It all looks pretty impressive. And as we cross over to airside, again just a little look at the ramp generally. Pretty good. You can see the taxiway signage from here, all well lit up, no problems at all with that. And some nice vehicle animations. Even the buses have headlights, which is good. As you can see, the quality of the modelling is really quite good. And you get a nice view looking through the aircraft. In fact, while we're here, so here's the view that you will see as you park up at 23 left. This is the view looking out through the aircraft. This is what you'll see when you park up at dusk. Looking at the captain's side and looking across the first officer's window. Very impressive. I want to try and get a close look at the train if I can. Okay, so no passengers inside, but actually the lighting is really nice. It would have been nice to see this modelled with a couple of people inside, just to finish it off. Because it really does look good. There she goes. And there you can see the other side. And looking in through the station there. It's really nice. It's just not quite done. It would be nice to see some passengers in there. The animation's great, the train looks good, even the inside of the train's been detailed, which is wonderful, but they've just not put any passengers in it. So finally, just a quick tour here, a bit on the airside landside boundary so you can see the lighting is of a really good quality. So over here it's a little bit darker, and here you've got this building here which is parallaxed. And as we come up close, there you can see the quality of the parallaxing is really good. So up close it still looks real. So this is Ryanair and HARRODS. Again, the lighting's very nicely done, beautifully subtle. It's not been overdone, it's just subtle enough to give the right impression. Here's the jet centre. Very nice. And again, the ground signage, taxiway signage is modelled as well. And you've even got moving vehicles there too, which is good. Okay, a quick look at the airport at night. So 10 past 11 at night, and here you can see the lightings come up even more, and the effect is pretty impressive. You get a good view now of the green centerline taxiway lighting, which is good. And looking towards runway 04, You've got this hangar area here on the left, and here you've got Ryanair and the fixed base operators on the right. Again, plenty of signage, taxiway signage, which looks a lot better as you get closer. So a quick look at the ramp where my aircraft is parked. As you can see, looks great, plenty of lighting, no problem at all. And here you get a good idea of the ground texture that's been done. The markings are really good. Here's the fuel covers, and you've got this unique sort of stonework here on the airside road, and it's all really very impressive. And looking out further towards airside, and you can see in through the windows of the terminal there. And there's a view across to the other side of the ramp looking towards the main terminal. All looks pretty impressive, really. So a quick look landside. There goes the train, also lit up. It does look very effective when they light these things up. But the people are missing. That's my only little gripe, I suppose. And it would have been nice to see the landside train animated as well, with possibly the option to turn it off. But here you can see landside, all looks really nice, and the drone camera's moving quite smoothly, no stutters. It's very nicely done. So coming back airside, there you can see the lighting down there to the left is the tungsten yellow effect that you get on many airports. And as we swing out towards the runways and taxiways, okay, some of the lighting's missing there, but here, where you really need it on the threshold of the runway, everything's as it should be. Wigwags work nicely down there. So let's bring the dawn up. So here we are at dawn. The lighting on the ground went out about 4 minutes ago, and now you've got that lovely sunset hue on the airport. And there's another view looking towards the southeast, where the sun comes up there. Very nice indeed. So 7:30 AM and time to give you my thoughts and conclusions. Is this a good scenery? Yeah, no doubt about it. There's a really good freeware out there, but this does beat it, mainly because of its accuracy. There's lots of things that are present in this scenery that aren't in the freeware, although the freeware is perfectly acceptable. But if you're willing to pay the price and you want the best, this is it. Certainly a really good airport. What do I like about it? I love the way it fits into the terrain, and having flown out of Stansted and visited there in real life, I know the airport to some extent, and this is it. It's exactly as I expect it to be. There's a nice ambience about it. They've done a very, very nice job. Everything's nicely textured, everything fits well into the terrain. The stands, aprons, ground markings, the buildings all look great. They do. As ever, they come to life a little bit at night as well. My only nitpicks, really, you've got a wonderful airside passenger train that's beautifully lit during the day and during the night, but nobody inside it. It would have been nice to have one or two little statics in there. Can't for the life of me think it's going to make a huge difference to the frame rate, but it would be nice to see some standing passengers in there. Landside, you've also got the landside train, which is a major feature of Stansted. Okay, they've modelled it, but it's static, and again, it would have been nice to see it moving. I can't think that it's going to add too much of a problem to the frame rate to have these moving objects. The dynamics are really good. The potential here is excellent. And they've got a configurator, so you could switch them off. So it would be nice to see version 1.5 or 1.2, whatever they want to call it, to add people inside the moving train and animate the landside train, because that's really, really good. Apart from that, there's very little to say that it's about it that's wrong. It's really nice. The design is excellent. I really can't think of much else to say, really. From the pilot's point of view, everything you need is there, and it does look exactly as you'd expect it to look, so, you know. And you've got the option of the GSX profile, which is included. Have a look inside the scenery folder and you will find that. That's a very nice inclusion. Is it worth just under €20? Yes, I think it is. That's very competitively priced, actually, for the work that's done. Again, we're looking at the amount of work that's been put into this and the reality and how much that's not been left to default. Hardly anything, if I can remember, has been left to default. They've worked on the airport really well, enhanced the airport layout outside the boundary too, which is good, which is all listed in the features. And so €20 is a very competitive price. As I said, it's slightly cheaper at Inibuilds, but it's available at SimMark. It's not an awful lot in it, but it's really good. So there you are, folks. London Stansted Airport in Essex in the UK, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, London's third international airport. Payware scenery by Inibuilds. This is version 1 for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. As I said, I believe it's going to the marketplace, so ultimately will be available for Xbox users. Download is 2.32 gigabytes and it installs at 5.31 gigs. Inibuild store price €19.54, which equates to roughly $21.33 US, or £16.79 UK. Euro and US prices are all estimates converted from the UK pound, and they do indeed include VAT and tax, which I've shown at 20%. This of course may vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. It's a really nice scenery, no hesitation in recommending it. So guys, thanks for watching. This is Lee, I'm your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up yet another review, the second one this week. Look out for my third review, which I'm hoping to get out before the weekend, where we will be looking at Salt Lake City by PAXIM. Another really impressive scenery for those of you who like to fly inside the United States. Again, you know, it's another airport that has been very, very well done, modelled and detailed, and it's really good to see the quality that's coming out with some of these products to make our flying adventures so good and so much enjoyable. It just gets better and better. So again, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like my content and you want to help support me, then buy me a coffee. It's not very much, but it helps support my efforts and the things that I try to do. I try to give people a really good close-up, in-depth look at what's available in some of these scenery products. So if you like that, go ahead and buy me a coffee and it'll be very, very much appreciated. So thanks for your time, thanks for watching. This is Lee, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.